Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. The events of 15th November 2024 are follows. Bengali date 29 Kartik 1431. As per Beni Madhav Ponjika, today's Tithi is Shukla Chaturdashi and up to 0514 hours and after that Purnima. Today's Nakshatra is Ussini Nakshatra and up to 0005 hours and after that Bharani Nakshatra and up to 2 to 3 4 hours and after that Kritika Nakshatra. Today is 320th day of the year. There are then 46 days left in 2024. Today is 46th Friday of 2024. Today is Kartik Purnima. Kartik is the 8th lunar month in Hindu calendar. The full moon day during the month of Kartik is known as Kartika Purnima. Depending on people and the region, the full moon day in Hindu calendar is also referred as Purnima, Punam and Purnami and Purnimasi. In Vaishnava tradition, Kartik month is known as Damodara month. Damodara is one of the names of Lord Krishna. In Hindu calendar, Kartik is the holiest month among all lunar months. Many people take place to take holy dip before sunrise in Ganges and other holy rivers every day during the month of Kartik. The ritual of holy dip during Kartik month begins on the day of Sharad Purnima and ends on Kartik Purnima. Kartik Purnima is also very significant as many rituals and festivals culminate on the day of Kartik Purnima. The festivities of Kartik Purnima begin on the day of Prabodhini Ekadashi. Ekadashi is the 11th day and Purnima is the 15th day of Kartik month during Shukla Paksha. Hence Kartik Purnima festivities last for 5 days. Today is Guru Nanak Jayanti. Guru Nanak Guru Parab celebrates the birth of the first Sikh Guru, Guru Nanak, one of the most celebrated and important Sikh Gurus and the founder of Sikhism. Guru Nanak is highly revered by the Sikh community. This is one of the most sacred festivals in Sikhism or Sikhi. The festivities in the Sikh religion revolve around the anniversaries of the 10 Sikh Gurus. These Gurus were responsible for shaping the beliefs of the Sikhs. Their birthdays, known as Guru Parab, are occasions for celebration and prayer among the Sikhs. Today is Dev Deepavali. Dev Deepavali is a famous Utsav celebrated every year at the holy city Varanasi. Dev Deepavali, which is also spelled as Dev Diwali, is celebrated to mark the victory of Lord Shiva over demon Tripurasur. Hence Dev Deepavali Utsav is also known as Tripura Utsav or Tripurari Purnima, which is observed on the auspicious day of Kartik Purnima. On Dev Deepavali, devotees take a holy dip in the Ganges on the auspicious day of Kartik Purnima and light earthen lamps or diyas in the evening. When the dusk sets, the steps of all the ghats on the riverfront of the Ganges are lit with millions of earthen lamps. Not only the ghats of Ganges, but also all temples of Benares are lit with millions of diyas. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Johannes Kepler, 27 December 1571 to 15th November 1630. Johannes Kepler, a German astronomer, mathematician, and astrologer, was pivotal in the 17th century scientific revolution, best known for his laws of planetary motion and works like Astronomia Nova and Harmonious Mundi, which greatly influenced Isaac Newton's theory of universal gravitation. His contributions established him as a founder of modern astronomy and science, and he is even dubbed the father of science fiction for his novel Somnium. Kepler taught mathematics in Graz and Prague, where he worked with astronomer Tycho Brahe and served as the imperial mathematician to Emperor Rudolf II and successors. He made major advances in optics, creating the Keplerian telescope and improved refracting telescope that built upon Galileo's work. Living at a time when astronomy and astrology were intertwined, Kepler combined religious ideas with scientific thought, believing the universe was designed by God and understandable through reason. He described his work as celestial physics, merging traditional cosmology with mathematical physics. Today is birth anniversary of Miss Cornelia Sorabji, 15th November 1866 to 6th July 1954. Cornelia Sorabji was an Indian lawyer, social reformer, and writer, notable as the first female graduate from Bombay University and the first woman to study law at Oxford University. After returning to India, she advocated for Vardhanusins, women secluded from outside male contact. Although she advised them, she could not represent them in court as women lacked legal standing. In 1897, Sorabji took the LLB exam at Bombay University and in 1899 passed Allahabad High Court pleader exam, becoming India's first female advocate. However, she was only recognized as a barrister when the law changed in 1923 to permit women to practice. Sorabji was active in social service organizations, including the National Council for Women in India. She opposed rapid, westernized reforms, advocating a cautious approach and emphasizing education before political reform. Sorabji supported the British Raj and Parda for upper caste Hindu women, and she opposed Indian self-rule, which limited her influence on social reforms. Her writings were significant in the early 20th century. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Birsa Munda, 15th November 1875 to 9th June 1900. Birsa Munda, a tribal independence activist and folk hero from the Munda tribe, led a millenarian movement against the British Raj in late 19th century. Bengal Presidency, now Jharkhand, central to the Indian independence movement. His revolt spread across the Munda regions of Khunti, Tamar, Sarwada and Bandgaon. Birsa was educated by Jaipal Nag and later joined the German mission school, converting to Christianity. However, he left after realizing the British aimed to convert tribals through education. He then founded the Birseth faith, which gained followers among the Munda people and resisted British influence, seeing them as the real enemy. The Munda revolt stemmed from colonial and local land grabbing that disrupted traditional tribal lands. Birsa is remembered for resisting British missionaries and conversions, and his portrait is displayed in the Indian Parliament Museum. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Vinoba Bhave, 11th September 1895 to 15th November 1982. Vinayak Narahari Bhave, also known as Vinoba Bhave, was an Indian advocate of non-violence and human rights, often called Acharya. He is best known for the Bhudan movement. He is considered as national teacher of India and the spiritual successor of Mahatma Gandhi. He was an eminent philosopher. The Gita has been translated into the Marathi language by him with the title Gitai, meaning Mother Gita in Marathi. Vinoba Bhave was the first international figure to receive the Raman Magsaysay Award in 1958. He was awarded Bharat Ratna posthumously in 1983. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Soumitra Chatterjee, 19th January 1935 to 15th November 2020. Soumitra Chatterjee was an iconic Indian actor, playwright and poet, considered one of India's cinema's most influential figures, especially known for his work with Satyajit Ray in 14 films. He debuted as adult Opoo in Opur Sansar 1959, the last of the Opoo trilogy, and starred in Rai's notable works like Charulata 1964, Aranyat Din Ratri 1969, Sonar Kella 1974 as Feluda, Ghare Baire 1984 and others. Besides Ray, Chatterjee collaborated with renowned Bengali directors such as Mrinal Sen in Akash Kusum 1965 and Tapan Sinha in Jinder Bandi 1961. With over 210 films, he also earned acclaim for directing Stree Ki Patro 1986. Honored with prestigious awards, Chatterjee was the first Indian actor to receive France Ordre des Arts 8 days later 1999 and Legion d'Honneur 2017. He also won the Padma Bhushan 2004 and two National Film Awards the Sangeet Natak Academy Award, and the Dadasaheb Phalke Award 2012. In 2013, IVN Live recognized him among the men who changed the face of Indian cinema. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Gerhard Johann Robert Hauptmann, 15th November 1862 to 6th June 1946. Gerhard Johann Robert Hauptmann was a German dramatist and novelist. He is counted among the most important promoters of literary naturalism, though he integrated other styles into his work as well. He received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1912. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Jack August Krog, 15th November 1874 to 13th September 1949. Jack August Stenberg Krog was a Danish professor at the Department of Zoophysiology at the University of Copenhagen from 1916 to 1945. He contributed a number of fundamental discoveries within several fields of physiology and is famous for developing Krog's principle. In 1920, August Krog was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for the discovery of the mechanism of regulation of the capillaries in skeletal muscle. Krog was first to describe the adaptation of blood perfusion in muscle and other organs according to demands through opening and closing the arterioles and capillaries. Besides his contributions to medicine, Krog was also one of the founders of what is today the Novo Nordisk company. Today, that is 15th November, highlight in history. 1705, Rakoczy's War of Independence. The Habsburg Empire and Denmark win a military victory over the Kuruks from Hungary in the Battle of Jasibo. 1760, the secondly built Castellania in Valletta is officially inaugurated with the blessings of the interior chapel of Soroj. 1777, American Revolutionary War. After 16 months of debate, the Continental Congress approves the Articles of Confederation. 1806, Pike Expedition. Lieutenant Julian Pike spots a mountain peak while near the Colorado foothills of the Rocky Mountains. It is later named Pike's Peak in his honor. 1842, a slave revolt in the Cherokee Nation commences. 1849, boilers of the steamboat Louisiana explode as she pulls back from the dock in New Orleans, killing more than 150 people. 1864, American Civil War. Union General William Tecumseh Sherman begins his march to the sea. 1884, the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 met on 15th November 1884 and after an adjournment concluded on 26 February 1885 with the signature of a General Act regulating the European colonization and trade in Africa during the new imperialism period. 1889, Brazil is declared a republic by Marshal Deodoro da Fonseca as Emperor Pedro II is deposed in a military coup. 1899, Second Boer War, Battle of Chivli, a British armoured train is ambushed and partially derailed. British lose the battle with 80 soldiers captured along with war correspondent Winston Churchill. 1917, Eduskunta declares itself the supreme state power of Finland, prompting its declaration of independence and secession from Russia. 1920, the first assembly of the League of Nations is held in Geneva, Switzerland. 1920, the free city of Danzig is established. 1922, at least 300 are massacred during a general strike in Guayaquil, Ecuador. 1928, the RNLI lifeboat Mary Stanford capsized in Rio Harbor with the loss of the entire 17-man crew. 1933, Thailand holds its first election. 1938, Nazi Germany bans Jewish children from public schools in the aftermath of Kristallnacht. 1942, World War II, the Battle of Guadalcanal ends in a decisive Allied victory. 1943, the Holocaust, German SS leader Heinrich Himmler orders that Gypsies are to be put on the same level as Jews and placed in concentration camps. 1951, Nikos Bellonius, along with 11 comrades, is sentenced to death for attempting to re-establish the Communist Party of Greece. 1955, the first part of the St. Petersburg Metro is opened. 1957, short Solent 3 crashes near Chesel. 1965, Craig Breedlove sets a land speed record of 600 to 601 mile per hour, 966 574 km per hour in his car, the Spirit of America, at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah. 1966, Project Gemini. Gemini 12 completes the program's final mission when it splashes down safely in the Atlantic Ocean. 1966, Pan Am Flight 708 crashes near Dalgo, Dobrich, East Germany, killing all 3 people on board. 1967, the only fatality of the North American X-15 program occurs during the 191 first flight when Air Force test pilot Michael J. Adams loses control of his aircraft, which is destroyed mid-air over the Mojave Desert. 1968, the Cleveland Transit System becomes the first transit system in the Western Hemisphere to provide direct rapid transit service from a city's downtown to its major airport. 1969, Cold War. The Soviet submarine K-19 collides with the American submarine USS Gato in the Barents Sea. 1969, Vietnam War. In Washington, D.C., 250,000 to 5 lakh protesters staged a peaceful demonstration against the war, including a symbolic march against death. 1971, Intel releases the world's first commercial single-chip microprocessor in 4004. 1976, Rene Levesque and the party Quebecois take power to become the first Quebec government of the 20th century, clearly in favor of independence. 1978, a chartered Douglas DC-8 crashes near Colombo, Sri Lanka, killing 183. 1979, a package from Unabomber Ted Kaczynski begins smoking in the cargo hold of a flight from Chicago to Washington, D.C., forcing the plane to make an emergency landing. 1983, Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus declares independence. It is only recognized by Turkey. 1985, a research assistant is injured when a package from the Unabomber addressed to University of Michigan professor explodes. 1985, the Anglo-Irish Agreement is signed at Hillsborough Castle by British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and the Irish Taoiseach Garret FitzGerald. 1987, in Brasov, Romanian workers rebel against the communist regime of Nicolae Ceausescu. 1987, Continental Airlines Flight 1713 crashes during takeoff from Stapleton International Airport in Denver, Colorado, killing 25. 1988, in the Soviet Union, the uncrewed shuttle Buran makes its only spaceflight. 1988, Israeli-Palestinian conflict. An independent state of Palestine is proclaimed by the Palestinian National Council. 1988, the first fair trade label Max Havelaar is launched in the Netherlands. 1990, the Communist People's Republic of Bulgaria is de-established and a new republic government is instituted. 1990, Space Shuttle Atlantis is launched on STS-38, a classified mission for the Department of Defense. 1994, a magnitude 7.1 earthquake hits the central Philippines land of Mindoro, killing 78 people, injuring 430, and triggering a tsunami up to 8.5 meter, 28 feet high. 2000, a chartered Antonov AN-24 crashes after takeoff from Luanda, Angola, killing more than 40 people. 2000, Jharkhand officially becomes the 28th state of India, formed from 18 districts of southern Bihar. 2001, Microsoft launches the Xbox game console. 2002, Hu Jintao becomes General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party and a new 9-member Politburo Standing Committee is inaugurated. 2003, the first day of the 2003 Istanbul bombings, in which 2 car bombs targeting 2 synagogues explode, kill 25 people and wound 300 more. 2006, Al Jazeera English launches worldwide. 2007 Cyclone Sidr hits Bangladesh, killing an estimated 5,000 people and destroying parts of the world's largest mangrove forest, the Sundarbans. 2012 Xi Jinping becomes General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party and a new 7-member Politburo Standing Committee is inaugurated. 2013 Sony releases the PlayStation 4 PS4 game console. 2016 Hong Kong's High Court bans elected politicians Yau Ching and Baguio Leung from the city's parliament. 2017 A flood a few miles outside of Athens results in the death of 25 people. 2020 Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix and secures his 7th driver's title, equaling the all-time record held by Michael Schumacher. 2022 The world population reached 8 billion. Thank you very much for your patience.